thank you so much for sharing. And Faye, just phenomenal. Congratulations, you guys, for coming on this journey with us. I call LifeVantage life from a new vantage point because when you think about it, it truly is. And I was that person that went to college for pre-medical school and wanted to be a doctor, wanted to be a surgeon, and then realized very quickly that we live in a sick care industry, and there is a place for medicine in some cases, but I truly believe now, after being in LifeVantage for over 9 years, knowing that we have the opportunity to flip on switches and help people feel how good their bodies are designed to feel. And, I heard this the other day, and it's like, we're all electricians. All we do is go and flip on switches in people's mind, body, and soul and help them do more in life. And so for me, I grew up all over the world, was born in Canada and then lived in the US, went to college in the US, and I was a track and cross country runner, went to school for medical device, and got out and went into the pharmaceutical world and just wasn't quite content. I just knew there was something more, and I'd always been dabbling into ways of entrepreneurship. So if you're on the line and you've thought about different entrepreneurial ventures, or if you dabbled in a hobby and tried to make it profitable, or partnered with a business or created some side hustle, you have that entrepreneur mindset. And even if you don't, you're probably going to gain it through LifeVantage. But really all we do is share and love on people that we care about and share that blessing. And I call pay it forward. Just pay it forward. And it's the ripple effect. Once you start to feel so good yourself, you just want to share it with the world. And I think you guys can all agree, like, hands in the air, those of you who like love being activated, like 2 hands if you use pretty much all our products every day. I had to switch to water because I've already had 2 Axios today. But I love this business. And back to my story just real quick. I was in pharmaceutical sales, praying for a way out of the sick care industry. Very lucrative, comfortable, wonderful, cushy job, but wasn't fulfilling my soul, if that makes sense. And so I was praying for a way that God could just use my passion and purpose in life. And so I thought, oh, you know what? I'm going to be an elite runner. And that'll be my dream, is to go to the Olympics as a marathon runner. And I think sometimes in our life we have this huge plan and goal, and then all of a sudden we're like deterred, and you're like, okay, I guess I'm going this way. We're all experiencing it right now with this pandemic, right? So I was training for the Olympics in the 2012 Olympics, and in 2011 I fractured my foot in the Boston Marathon, finished the marathon on a broken foot, and I can tell you that elicits a lot of pain. I crossed the finish line and was rushed to the medical tent. And I just realized, laying there, have you ever been through a situation in your life where you're like, what am I doing? What is going on? Or I got to make a change. Well, that was me. And I said, okay, something's got to change. So immediately when I left Boston, I got back to Florida where I was living at the time. And I just said, I got to figure this out, because I am sick and tired of being injured as an athlete. And I want to find a career path that can leverage my skills, but that I can bless more people. And friend of mine came up and he's like, Jess, you have to check out this crazy yellow pill. And who loves the crazy yellow pill? Like, hands up, thumbs up, clap in the chat box. But that was the turning point for really helping me rethink what prevention was versus treatment, what flipping on switches in your body rather than supplementing your body, what true activation was. And so I got really excited about not only the product, but the opportunity of what we could do if the world started to get activated, and to reduce stress, and to rev up energy, and to get balance, just to feel better. Because when your life feels better, the world around you is better. Would you agree? So I got excited. I just jumped into LifeVantage, started taking the product. I was a little skeptical. I think most people are. But now, almost 10 years later, we are a publicly traded company. We have science across the globe. We're in over 19 countries and growing. So just amazing things happening with the business side. And I ended up leaving the pharmaceutical industry, fired my boss, and you guys on here, I am psychologically unemployable. Who else wants to be psychologically unemployable? And it's so fun because you wake up when your body is done sleeping, and you choose who is part of your team, and you decide where you take vacations and when and where. And I feel so grateful to be part of LifeVantage because it's changed my life for the better. I've been injury free since 2011. I just tore my ACL this season skiing. So, had nothing to do with my fitness level, but just an accident torqued my knee. And I've really had to put biohacking to the test for myself and to not only prove like that my body is recovering fast, and I've been recovering faster than my therapist said I would, which is exciting. My doctor's like, what are you on? Like, I told you, it's biohacking. And you guys, part of nutrigenomics, nutrition for your genes. And you don't have to be an athlete, you don't have to be a rep or go to have a degree, but the coolest thing about this industry is it erases backgrounds, it erases demographics. We all start the same way, and we all have the most limitless potential to do this business. And anyone that breathes oxygen, and all those pet lovers on here, all your pets, we all age, we all have this pathway. And guess what? We're part of the only company in the world that has a natural way to flip that switch on. So it just gets me more excited every day. I've never done something career-wise for almost a decade where I get more excited every day I do this, because you see how massive the impact you can have. And we were on the launch this morning. Those of you who have missed it, go to the LifeVantage page. But to be able to be paid daily is amazing. Like, I want to hold up my phone and be like, cha-ching, cha-ching, right? Because then I know I'm blessing a lot of lives. That means more people are taking our products, more people are activating their bodies, and more people are sharing it with others. So fall in love with the system, fall in love with the business. The fact that you guys are on here, I hug you through the phone, through your computer screens, wherever you're at, and giving you high fives, because this is the best journey. And we are the world leaders in nutrigenomics. We own exclusive rights to these products. And we have probably, if not the most wonderful, the most beautiful, amazing, and talented individuals part of our team, our corporate staff, you guys on here on this webinar. So thanks for having me on. I'd love to dive into any questions that you have or any training. But you guys are on the right path. And the fact that you're on here in May, this is a great way to kick off May. It's going to be a fantastic month. And truly the best is yet to come.
That's amazing, Jessica, all that you shared. You're just so inspiring. And, to think that you just said, what kind of job could you have that you've been there 10 years, you're more excited today than when you started? I mean, that's huge, right? And I think most of us on this call, we're excited too. For as long, we're more excited today because everything that's going on, it's crazy what LifeVantage just came out with. Jessica, you have a beautiful team of people that you work with. You do business all over the world. What do you do when you start someone? Like, what's the conversation when you bring someone on board?
Yeah, we've got a couple new people on here. We go through a whole launch and get started the right way. Figure out the top reasons why LifeVantage, what products you're most passionate about, and what your goals are with this. What is your why? And make it product, company, and personal focus. And that will drive you. Your why will drive you. It'll get you to jump out of bed every day. And just like you said, Marie, I mean, I'm so blessed to have met you, because everyone who comes into your life sparks a new energy, sparks a new idea, can spark a new journey, and can teach you something along that way. So thank you for taking that baton and grabbing that torch and paying it forward. You're wonderful. So getting started the right way, make sure your apps are set up. Make sure that your payment is synced up with your bank account. Make sure that you have the LifeVantage app, that you know how to log into your website, that you've confirmed your email address, and you know how to navigate that. Just take the first 5 to 15 minutes of your enrollment process and your new team to help make sure that they know how to walk through those steps. And then the next phase is to launch your business. Make sure you know who your sponsors are, your upline, and all your resources. So that's the first thing. Just get organized. Mm-hmm. And then the next step is to make a list. And this is the most fun, because every day you'll be adding to that list. And if you're like me, you've got a notebook, you've got paper, you've got lists everywhere. But start to put it into your system. We have a LifeVantage app that utilizes artificial intelligence that helps you streamline all that information for you. But never trust your fortune to your memory or technology. That's why pen to paper is so great for your brain, but also a third way to make sure that you don't lose any of that information that you have. And your goal is to share this with individuals. And first, you want to make sure that, okay, you've been given this gift. You want to make sure that you take people through the right process. So by the end of you sharing everything and making sure they're fully educated on our opportunity, our products, our team, our company, that they're so excited to open that gift and pay it forward. And if they're not, then we're like, okay, we still have some work to do. We still have to make sure we resolve concerns, answer questions, provide the right information. And walking people down that journey is key. And so in the beginning, make sure you make a list and keep that list growing, because some people will say yes right away. Some people will say maybe. Some people will say no, and that's always a no, not yet. So keep that in mind as you're making your list, and share this with people that, who do you want on your team? What are your hobbies? What are your likes? What are the type of people you want to attract? We've got a lot of pet lovers on here. Find more animal lovers. Find more people that are passionate about, the health of your pets. And rally yourself around those people. Me, I love fitness, I love travel, I love adventure, and I love entrepreneurship. So I love surrounding myself with people that are doing those things. And I think everybody in LifeVantage is part of that. If you want to get an edge on life, that's what we're all doing. So, but getting started the right way and making sure you don't miss sharing this with someone, and come from a real place. Guys, think about how you would want to be treated and how you would want someone to share it with you. And people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. We all know that. So paying it forward and like you're presenting a gift. And whenever I share LifeVantage with someone, I'm like, oh my goodness, I have such a great gift, but I don't know which part of the gift somebody wants to open first. So it's your job to find out what their pains, their needs, their wants, and desires are. And, we're listening to Les Brown a few weeks ago, and he was talking about what the world needs now. And what does the world need right now? And we can't have anything without our health. And I think this pandemic has made us realize that more than anything. And we have the one thing that's flipping on the switch to get people on a path to a better them. And so you think about what we're doing in this business, it's a profit potential, which is incredible. Get excited about building a profit-centered business, because the impact of the lives you're going to change is key. And so the impact and the legacy are what's going to drive you, and your payoff reward is that profit-centered business that you have in an app on your phone that you can run from anywhere. So it's like I'm sitting in your living room with you, but you can run your business in almost 20 countries at the touch of a screen. So we have the most phenomenal company. I remember when we first started, and we had to literally manually write out the names on paper, and then we'd have to fax a form to someone. They'd have to fill out their information, and then they'd have to fax it to the company. Man, they had better really want to join. And then a few days or weeks later, you'd get a notification that you had a new customer or distributor. Oh my goodness, you guys. Last night, I'm on Mountain Time over here in the US. I'm getting updates live via my app, even faster than my website could upload, to tell me that there was somebody new joining our team. So the fact that you guys are in right now, that you're on this, ladies and gentlemen, this is showtime, because we have every tool at your beck and call. We have a marketing playbook, an app for you. We have the most incredible products, the research, and a wonderful staff. And our team just keeps getting better and better. So I hope that answered your question. Just keep it super, super simple in the beginning. Get started and just put one foot in front of the other, and it will just start to become natural, and you'll just start running.
That's awesome. Awesome, Jessica. Thank you. Very, very helpful. So shall we open it up for questions? Does anyone else have some questions?
Me, I do.
Yes, Madeline from Florida.
Hi, Jessica. How are you?
Hi, Madeline. I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Both Marie and I grew up in New Zealand, and we have lived in the US for at least 30 years, or at least I have, because I'm a whole lot older than Marie. But
age is a state of mind. Remember that.
But my question to you is, I know you love New Zealand, and I'm wondering why that is, and how did that happen? Because I'm sure all the New Zealand folks would love to know that.
Well, New Zealand was kind of the pivotal point, not only in my triathlon career, but also in my career really with LifeVantage. As soon as I came home from New Zealand, I realized how cool this business was. Um, but let me get back to the beginning. I do love New Zealand, and I love all of you and your accents. I could listen to all day. But I went to New Zealand for the Olympic World Triathlon Championship. So I was on Team USA for the World Olympic Distance ITU triathlon, and flew out to New Zealand. I was like, well, if I'm going to be in New Zealand, I want to stop over in Australia, and I want to check out New Zealand, and I have a cousin over there. So as soon as I flew in, people were so friendly. I loved the diversity of New Zealand. You guys have a beach, you have the mountains, you have like ferry rides and islands. It's a wonderful place, and it felt to me a lot like Canada. People truly care more about family and culture, and they slow down a little bit more in New Zealand. At least that was my perspective when I was in Auckland. And I was gone for 2 weeks. It was back when I was still in, I was running different careers, and it's when like people used to have to take time out of their real job and sick pay and whatnot to take a vacation. And I'm like, well, I'm going to stay for at least 2 weeks. You got to stay for at least 2 weeks, right? The flight over there is like a day and a half. But coming back, I had a bunch of, this is when LifeVantage was sending out direct deposit. And I came back from New Zealand, and I had a bunch of checks in my mailbox. And we got paid every 15th and every Friday. So I had a few checks in my mailbox, and I'm like, first of all, I didn't work the business. We weren't even open in New Zealand back then. And it was just that moment where I said, wow, that's what residual income's all about. That's what residuality is all about. You share one gift or one thing one time, and if you do it the right way, people will keep sharing that over and over and over again. And that was the ripple effect, eye-opening moment for me to go, wow, I got to figure this whole LifeVantage business thing out, because this is exciting. And so we did, and I think that following month, our team rank advanced 28 people in our business. So 28 people could double their income, and I just started looking at, wow, if I can help a single mom pay off her cell phone bill, and then her car payment, and then a mortgage, or help somebody get out of their life-sucking job, or just pay for their kids' tuition, or do something. And I think initially for me, I was like, well, at least if I can get my product free, and now we get to bless lives. And I think when you can make that switch in your own life and in your own mentality, you won't ever look back. I love the roller coaster of being an entrepreneur and just being able to continue to persevere and move forward, and just pay it forward, because you've each been told about this opportunity, and I feel now for me it's a responsibility and an obligation to share it with others. Whether they like it or not, that's their decision, but my job is just to educate them the right way and to do a great job making sure they know everything about life from a new vantage point, how to flip on switches, and how to pay it forward. And then I know I've done my job. So it's just so exciting. But New Zealand has a place in my heart now, and now that we're open there, I'd love to come meet you and see my cousins and gallivant across New Zealand.
Super. We can't wait. Anyone else would like to ask? Jessica, you probably have a lot of athlete friends. What's your approach to them? What do you say to them to take a look at this?
I think the same thing with anyone. I don't ever tell someone that they need to take a look at something. I first say, hey, I have come across something huge, and I thought about you because you're an athlete. You've always been a beacon of hope during this time. You're a pillar of light, and you're somebody that I'd love to lock arms with and collaborate with. But first, let's hop on a phone call. I want to hear how you're doing. I want to hear what your passion is, and I want to hear what your goals are in life. And they're like, whoa, awesome. And that is, I think, the first step for anyone, because you may find during that conversation that you're trying to get somebody on your team that has a whole different perspective in life, and maybe they just see the product at that moment. Maybe you found something that's like, oh my goodness, I don't know anything about the product, but I have been praying for an opportunity like this. And they're like, I want in. Or you may find someone that's like, you know what, not really for me, but I could probably refer you to some people, or I could, you never know. So same thing. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So your job in sharing it with anyone, my approach with everyone is always the same. is highlight them. And that's why it's important to make a list when you get started of the people that you want in your business and why. Don't just go, oh, this person has 1 million followers. They may not resonate with your values, goals, ethics, and vision for your life. You have to make a list of those people that you want. Entrepreneurial, business-minded friends, health and wellness industries, friends and family. Write out those lists, and then why do you want to share LifeVantage with them? If you can't think of a reason, you need to come back to that, or go start getting to know that person a little bit more before you just want to pitch them an opportunity, because that's sales. We're not in sales. We're in the relationship building business where it's about caring for people, especially if you're trying to cultivate leaders. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. So you don't want to have to pull someone if that's not what they're looking for. But if you can find out what people are looking for, why you'd want them on your team, and be intentional about that, you're going to have so much more success.
That's golden.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes. I'm about ready to get on the app. I know that sounds lame. I haven't been doing it, but I'm realizing right now that I need to do it today. Is there anything that you can teach us about the app, LifeVantage app?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I have fallen in love with this app, you guys. I was on the beta testing team when they were trying to figure it all out. It is so great right now. So if everyone has your app, download the app right there, open it up, make sure you're logged in, and I'll do a quick 2-minute, and then I've got to get ready for my next Zoom. But on the bottom here, you guys, this is so great. There's a deck, and it's going to highlight your action cards and things that are going on in your business. This app is like your own personal assistant. You now have a personal assistant that is helping you run your entire business. It's going to track your orders. It's going to tell you when somebody's auto ship didn't send, when somebody's about to send, when it's sent, and when it's on its way. Then it's going to give you talking points. And I call them talking points because you don't want to just send out the template that the company gives you. You want to customize it. It's going to say, hi, my name's Jessica Crate. I'm your distributor, and da-da-da. You want to make sure it sounds like you. So I always say, hey, this is my business phone. Save this for all of our biohacking or nutrigenomics conversations, and boom, your order's on its way. And just make it feel personal. But the app actually gives you talking points, which it's pretty self-explanatory, which is wonderful. So you can go through your deck. In your messages, you can track all your messages and follow up. And then the plus sign is going to have a place so your app is automatically going to upload and import your distributors and your customers. You just have to manually enter in any prospects. And that's why this whole part is so important, because at a contact, you have to make sure that person has wanted to actually hear this information. So make sure you get their permission, in a great way, you guys. And is it Sandra that had this question?
Karen.
Okay. I'm trying to see who's unmuted. So Karen, a great way that I use this app and I teach my team is when you're adding in contacts, do it with some friends and family that have not yet taken a look at this opportunity or that you want to share this with, and go, hey, our company just came out with an app that uses artificial intelligence. Would you mind if I tested it on you so I know how it works? Would you mind if I shared some information from my app so you can give me some feedback on if it's, what you like and don't like about it? Oh my goodness, your friends and family are gonna be like, sure. And then, oh my goodness, you just gave them a lot of biohacking information with their permission.
Great tip.
So, and it becomes really fun because then they're like, oh, this is what you do? This is actually really neat. Or, oh my goodness, I got to get this stuff. It's so fun. You can share carts from here. You can send your enrollment link. So same thing with the app as your business. Just get organized with it. Go to your people, click on me. That's you. It's going to take you to your profile. It's going to show you your orders, your activity, and make sure your info is all correct, that your email address and your website and your phone number are all correct in there. And the last and final thing is your library. And they have uploaded all of our latest training, featured information, product information, You can favorite anything by clicking on the star above the picture. So play around with this, start testing it out on your friends and family, and go through the training. The training is phenomenal. All the resources that you can get on the website are right here. So while you're driving, while you're out walking, whatever you do, you have not only your enrollment pack table, but different trainings, audio, video that you can plug into and grow yourself as you're growing a business.
That is
Thank you.
terrific. Terrific advice, right, Karen? We better get to work on that.
Yeah, today.
Yeah.
It's so fun. Like, if you're gonna play a game on your phone, play your business game and build an empire, right?
Oh,
Correct.
Jessica, we can't thank you enough. We just so appreciate. I know we're going to get back together again sooner than later. And just thank you
Absolutely.
for your time, and we'll let you go to your next Zoom.
Oh, you guys are wonderful. Hugs through the phone, and keep up the good work. Remember, if it's not about impact, you're doing it wrong. So if it doesn't spark joy, figure out a way for it to spark joy, or don't do it. Do things that spark joy not only in your life but in your business, and share what brings you happiness, because if you're doing that, you're doing it the right way.
Love you lots. Terrific way to
Bye,
end.
ladies. Bye,
Thank
ladies
you.
and gentlemen. Thanks so much, Marie. You're wonderful. You guys have a gem of a leader.